So today I will talk about the point of interest, how I select the point of interest and the ranges. Okay, so yeah, I'm recording here. So like if you see in bullish trend, market makes higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, then higher high, higher low. Okay. So what happened most of the time, like price trade inside the 50% of the range. Okay, so for instance, this is your range: swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low, then another swing high, then another swing low. Okay, so price mostly trade inside the 50% of the range and takes out some sort of internal liquidity range. Like this, there will be some sort of liquidity, like here, here, here. Okay, so this will be some sort of liquidity range, and price mostly trade inside the 50% of the level. So how I choose the point of interest? So my point of interest is basically near the 50% of the level. So if this is your breaker block, so and if this is your order block or sponsor candle, so how I choose my point of interest? So the first point of interest of mine will be like, yeah, so the first point of interest of mine will be just below the 50% of the range. So the range of yours will be here. This will be your range. This is higher low, higher high. So what next I will do? I will find a candle, bearish candle just around the breaker block, and I will choose another point of interest, just like if this is some sort of sponsor candle or order block. So there will be 2 point of interest of mine will happen. So and I will be looking for price to trade inside the 50% of the level, and I will choose one point of interest around the breaker area. So you see this point of interest is around breaker area. Okay, and this point of interest is your order block. So what happened exactly most of the time, like price comes inside the breaker area and trade the candle just around the order block. So after mitigating this breaker candle, price makes higher high, higher lows, and again price comes to this sponsor candle to take out all those internal liquidity. This file might be here, might be here, might be here, and buy from the zone. Okay, so this candle mostly can be a QM candle. So you see price made lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high. Okay, this lower low and price made higher high. So this can be a QM candle as well, or this candle can also be a sponsor candle. So what I mean by sponsor candle will be those candles which have taken out liquidity from the previous range. So this candle will be also be valid if this candle has taken out liquidity from previous range. So that's how I choose my point of interest. One will be around the breaker area. So this will be my point of interest for buys, and one will be the sponsor candle or order block, bullish order block. So that's how I choose my point of interest. And there will be one more thing, like you see if price making lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So after making this last lower low, price making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So what many people do, they will look for buys around this last order block. Okay, this last order block mostly. So like this is the last candle. For instance, if this is the last candle which have taken out the liquidity, as so they will choose this candle as their point of interest. So what happened most of the time, like this will be a smart money trap. So you can see this low has also made a double bottom kind of a structure. So double bottom will not be always be the clear double bottom, like this is the double bottom, the straight line. This can be also like the lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So this can also be a double bottom. So people see this as a shift in market structure or stop hunt, like this. So people see this as a shift in market stop hunt. So this can also be a double bottom. So there might be another point of interest just below that level, and I choose that the double bottom structure as a liquidity. Okay, so I will be probably looking for buys here, not here. Okay, so what market will do, they will come here and trade inside the 50% of the range and look for buys from here. They can also do some sort of buys from here, but to take like mitigate this order block and will give a small reaction, but they will come again to take out this liquidity and go buys from here. So that's how it is. That's how I choose my point of interest. So one will be around the breaker block, and one will be your sponsor candle. Okay, so one will be your sponsor candle. So that's how I choose my point of interest. So let's go on charts and let's see. So you see like price making some kind of consolidation move here, and this has taken out all those liquidity. Okay, so this low, this last candle has taken out all these liquidity here. So this will be my valid point of interest. And there will be, this is your breaker block, right? So this can be a good point of interest, but what I do, I choose the, like this is your order block, so I will choose this as a point of interest and this last candle as a point of interest, or maybe this base as a point of interest. So you see, just before taking out this high, price has made us like this is opaque market structure. So just before taking out this previous high, price made a base, like this is the candle, bearish candle. So I will choose this as a point of interest because this is not a mitigated range, and you see rally, base, rally. So and also this is your, this will also be a good point of interest. So that's how I choose my point of interest. One has to take out the liquidity, like this has taken out all this liquidity, like So this has taken out this liquidity here, and you can also see here what happened exactly. We had a break in market structure in here. Okay, we had a break in market structure in here, and this was the low which has taken out all the liquidity from here. So we had a stop hunt right there. So what I will do, I will choose this candle as a point of interest, and this will also be my point of interest because this is not mitigated, and there will be another one. So this is the recent point of interest which is responsible for this breaking market structure and this breaking market structure as well. So that's how I will be choosing my point of interest. So you see, price has reacted from this breaker block as well, but I will choose this as a point of interest because that's my theory. Because uh, this is your range, higher high, higher low. So I feel most of the time I wait for price to come around the 50% of the level. So for instance, this will be your 50% trading range. So I don't look for buys around anything above the 50% of the range. So this will be my point of interest, and this will be my point of interest. So what next I will do, you can see price has come here, takes out this low as well and mitigated just this base, and boom, we have this big up move. So that's how I choose my point of interest. One will be around breaker area. So for this BMS, we have this breaker, we have this base and this order block. And you can also see this last low has filled the fair value gap as well. So that's how I will be choosing my point of interest. So that's how it is. Okay, so this will be your point of interest, and most of the time you can see, like, while choosing the point of interest, always check like if you people will be looking for buys here. So always see, like, even if the price has taken out the liquidity from here, this has made some sort of double bottom structure. Okay, so this can be a good point of interest for buys, but this can also be a good one, but I will choose this one. This will take, price will take time to come here, but still I will wait for here price to come here mostly. So that's how I choose my point of interest. And for the for refining the point of interest, what I do, like, this is the last candle. For instance, this will be your last bullish order block. Okay, so just above this bullish order block, there might be some sort of fair value gap around here. Okay, so I will choose the order block only, and this fair value gap has made this order block more valid. And if there will be no fair value gap around here, so I will not choose this order block, because market look for those two things. First is liquidity, and second, imbalance. So market maker look for two things: liquidity, imbalance. So we have the double bottom structure kind of structure here as a liquidity. Okay, we have a liquidity and we have a fair value gap here. So this will make this last order block as a good point of interest for buys. So that's how I choose my point of interest. So let's go and check another pair. Okay, go. So that's how I choosing my point of interest. And let's check Euro USD. So if I will be looking for buys anywhere around here, so you see this last low has taken out the liquidity here and given a BMS towards upside. Okay, so we have this unmitigated base, and there might be some sort of the double top liquidity here, sorry, double bottom kind of liquidity here. So I will go for 2-minute time frame. So I will define this zone like here, and this is some sort of double bottom structure, and then I will go for 1 hour time frame to find another zone for the buys. So you see this last candle has a imbalance, like imbalance here. This last candle has a big imbalance from this low to this here. So this last candle has a big imbalance. So I will choose this as my point of interest for buys, and I will choose this area as my point of interest first on 1 hour time frame. And another one, like you see, this last high has taken out all this liquidity from this high to this low, this high to this low. This was the last high, and this has taken out the liquidity from here. Okay, and made higher high, higher low, higher high, and this is the lower low. So this is a perfect example of QM, quasi model level. So price exactly came here and bought from the QM level, but still I will be waiting for price to, like, I will go for 30-minute time frame, and I will be waiting for some sort of the order block range here, and the last significant base or base which is responsible for the BMS. So this last two zone is responsible for this BMS. Okay, so that's how I will be choosing my point of interest. First, the recent order block, and first the base, like high, drop, base, drop. So this base has taken out liquidity, so this will be my good point of interest, and this will be another good point of interest. So that's how I will be choosing my point of interest areas. So that's how it is. Okay, so and for the recent structure, what happened here, you see price made higher high, higher low, another higher high, another higher low, then another higher high, and this made lower low. So we had a BMS. Okay, so this was the last days around breaker, and so this will be a good point of interest. So you see price just came here and mitigated this base and dropped and made some sort of double top bottom liquidity. So this point of interest got hit and given a good move, and this will be another point of interest for you. So you see price has gave a good reaction from both point of interest, like the around the base, like drop, base drop, this base around the breaker block, and this is the sponsor candle or bearish order block you see. So that's how I will be choosing the point of interest of mine. for sales or any kind of buys. Okay, so that's for today. Hope you enjoyed the session. So I will be probably doing another session every week for you to understand the small concept. So this is just a basic concepts I just taught you. So have a good day.